Hello everyone, my name's Griffin and I'm going to talk about my personal training business that I run. I have been in the industry for 20 years and I obtained my skills and certificates through a private company called the YMCA. I am aware that you can either go down a college route now and you can do online learning as well, but for me it fitted in around the job that I had when I left school. So I could pick and choose what courses that I wanted to do and what days and times that suited around my work that I'd already had. With the YMCA, I know that there's another company out there called Premier. There's probably a few more out there. What I did is I started off with my basic gym certificate, which is an MVQ level 2. So that allows you to go and work for gyms, being a gym instructor, so you'll show them how to use the equipment properly, generally about your heart rate and just about the bones, the anatomy and physiology of the muscles and the skeletal bones and how they function and they work. Then what you do is you can then progress on to that after you've achieved this to an MVQ level 3. So this will give you a little bit more in depth about food, nutrition, and health, and a little bit more in depth of what you're doing. So you can then take on designing programs for people that come to the gym. So it gives you a little bit more skills in your knowledge of being in the gym environment. Your next level to become a personal trainer is the Advanced Diploma Level 4. So this will then give you more flexibility. You'll be able to go out outside of the gyms. So you can go to people's homes, you can train people at the parks, you can work in your own gym if that's what you choose to do. But you can also learn a whole lot more on people's illnesses and just generally it's a bit more in depth in you being able to design programs and work for yourself instead of being in a gym, which is what I went down the route of after probably about 4 years. So when I had my eldest son, I then decided to branch out and set up my own personal training business, which has been successfully running for the past 16 years. I do enjoy my job, but I've also added on extra knowledge and certificates alongside my personal training. So you've got additionals that you can add to your work, so it makes you more versatile, a little bit more interesting to clients. So you can add on, which is what I've put on there, your antenatal, postnatal, so you can work with pregnant women, and postnatal, which is after they've had their babies. I'm teaching boxing, children's boxing, body pump classes. So you can go from away from the one-to-one and you can then do group training, which is more people in one room at one time. And it's a little bit different from the one-to-one because yes, you're not going to be designing a program just for one person, but you'll be doing it for a group. So it needs to be multi-level and you need to give adaptions so everybody can join in. But it is a very good way to teach people because you get so many different personalities in one room at a time, which makes it really fun. But also with the personal training side, you get to know so many different people, their lifestyles, their commitments, work commitments, different goals, different needs, different body alignments, problems that you can fix, which is very rewarding and makes your job so fun and different every day, so it's never the same day. I also would say that you can add on more advanced skills, so like GP referral, you can be referred by doctors. So if someone has an angina problem or diabetes problem, the doctors will then refer people to you. So there's huge skills that you can continue to learn alongside your personal training, and these can be flexible as well. So you can go, once you go through college, if that's what you choose to do and you've got your PT certificate, you can then start paying for courses that you can add to your skills and knowledge. With personal training, you can take it anywhere, so you could move and easily set up again. There's no limit to where you can go or what you can do. You're always learning. You've always got to refresh. There's always something new out that you can add to your business that you're doing. So it's a very multi-changing job skills that you can put alongside that. I also run a construction scaffolding business. So I do have two businesses that I run. This one is run alongside my husband, so I'm not putting up scaffolding, but I run the business side to it. So I do paperwork and generally just do contracts and stuff like that. But what we want to do is, I do want to talk about this because I think for everybody, we would like to get more, make this more of a gender neutral business. So we want to see more females coming forwards as well as males, because if that's what you want to do in a career path, then you should always follow your dreams and go and do these courses, because anybody can do them. You know, if that's what your heart wants to do, then you should go forward. So like the personal training learning base, it would be very similar. So you can go to college and you can learn, but you also need to work alongside a construction company, which will then teach you the skills whilst you're learning at college. So the first card that you would need to obtain is a health and safety card, so it's a CSCS card. So this is quite quick, it's only a couple of days that you'll get that. Once you've got that, you've learnt the basics to what health and safety is expected while you're on site. This is really important to making sure that not just yourself, but everyone that's working alongside you is safe, and no injuries or risk of injuries is going to happen while you're at work. Also being aware of different things like trucks, materials, falling goods. Everybody needs to know that before they go on site. The first card that you would attain then after that would be the labourer's card, which means that you would then work in that position with at least a year before you would go up to them be putting jobs up. So the labourer's card would mean that you would help load the lorries, take off the lorries, bring the construction goods over to where they're putting up the jobs. So you'll carry the scaffolding stuff. So you'll also be taught how to carry things properly. Once you've done that year in that position, you can then take the next position. So as an apprenticeship, you're then going back into the classrooms once a week. You'll be pushed then to the next level, which is as part 1 scaffolding. So you're still training to be a scaffolder, but you'll now be able to put the scaffolding up with another higher skilled position that's working above you. And you would then spend another couple of years working in that position before you go up the next level. So you've got a couple of different levels. So you've got part 1, part 2, advanced, and then you've got the sign-off people that will come around, check that all the work's done properly. So if you have council working that, you'll then sign these works off. But also it's not just positions of going out and working. You've also got things like transport manager, so they will check the trucks over. You could be working in engineer, and you could come in, make sure that everything's running properly. There's no breakages when they need MOT. So that's a position itself. That doesn't mean that you have to be out putting scaffolding up. You've also got a contracts manager. So these people bring in contracts for the company. They source through different other building trades and also speak to councils and other places where work can be brought in for the company to do. You could be admin, you could be working in the office, doing accounts. So there's so many different job positions when you work in the construction trade. So there's multiple things that you can do. So with both of those careers, if you have them in mind, I hope that you do find what you want to do in the future. But I wish you all the best and good luck.